Thanks for joining me today on another episode of Tebel's Treasures. If you've been following along, you know that I'm showing you how to make a junk journal. Well, part of that is going to be thread. So today, we're going to talk about how to make your own bookbinding thread. Is it perfect? No. Can you make it out of what you have in your home? If you're a crafter, probably. So, let's get started and see what that looks like.
Okay, before I get too far into this, I do just want to say if you haven't subscribed to the channel yet, I'd greatly appreciate it if you go down there and just hit that subscribe button. It's going to make sure that you don't miss any episodes, and it really helps the channel out. Okay, so today for this bookbinding thread, really any waxed thread tutorial, we have thread, we have embroidery thread, in this case, probably something you have, and wax, beeswax. A hard wax will do. I prefer beeswax for my projects, but whatever you like in crafting is fine. I'm going to put this away and we're just going to get started. I just have a piece of green here. Let me get this knot out. I like this color because it's kind of has that antique feel to it. It's very natural, and that's what I'm going for in my junk journal. So I have the end here needs to be twisted. It kind of came unraveled. I'm hoping that the wax will hold that. I've never tried to hold thread back together from waxing it before, so I guess I'll see how that turns out. So I'm just going to pick a piece of the wax. I'm going to put one side of the string down. I'm going to put my thumb on top and put pressure and then pull. I want it to ultimately make a groove in the wax, and that really coats a good side and around the edges a little bit on one side. And I'm just pulling it through and making sure to keep pressure on my thumb so that it keeps the wax straight and it keeps it down on that side. As I get to the end, I'm going to flip the wax over, that little tail out. Okay, I'm going to pull it all the way through, and I'm going to flip the wax over on its back so that I can get the other side. And so then I just pull. Getting it started is the hardest part. Isn't that true for anything? But you can't finish until you start, so I suggest just starting. So I'm just going to pull it back through the other way, and you can see that the thread itself looks different. It lays differently after it has the wax on it. So that is one way through with each side. So I'm going to flip it over and I'm going to do it again. I'm just going to pull it another time through. I just really want to make sure that I get a good coating over the whole entire thread. And now it's starting to get sticking on my hand. I can feel that waxy finger. But that's okay because I'm almost done. So I get to the end and I'm going to flip it over one more time, and yes, I'm going to pull it back through the wax again. Now the reason that you want a waxed thread for bookbinding is it will really make sure that your knot when you're tying off is secure. Your threads are going to stay in place. Wax really helps prevent slipping. So here's what the thread looks like after it has wax on it. You can see that it's very different from pre-wax. It doesn't want to bind and bunch and try to tangle and knot like the rest of this thread. It's not attacking itself. It kind of stays away and says, let me do my thing. So that is what waxed thread looks like. And so I will be using this in a junk journal. And you can use wax thread for whatever you decide to use it for. Let me know if you're using it for something besides junk journal. I'd love to hear that. For my derby friends, it really gives that good knot for like shoelaces for your skate laces. Why are you getting waxed laces? To keep them from slipping. Same concept with the thread. Well, thanks for joining me on this quick video just to learn how to make this wax thread. I hope that you join me back next time when we actually use this thread to sew the signature pages of the book. Oh, one last thing. I wanted to mention how long of a thread that I'm actually using, and I'm looking for roughly 3 lengths of the signature itself that we'll be sewing. It's roughly about the size of this mat, so I'm just kind of eyeballing it. I have more thread than I need. Sometimes more is better.
Thanks for watching another episode of Devil's Treasures. If you're not a subscriber, I'd sure love you to be. Hit that button down there for subscribe and you won't miss any episodes. If you liked this video today, make sure and give it a thumbs up. Also, if you'd leave me a comment, let me know what else do you want to see. I would love to tackle some new craft adventures and show you how it turns out. So thanks for joining me. I'll see you again next time on Devil's Treasures.